Hey docs, I'm going to do a real quick CalJam recap. Of course, being there is obviously the best thing, but it's the Monday after CalJam. It's about 82 degrees right now, and it's just dynamite weather, which typically happens this time of the year. But I'm going to give you a quick rundown of a couple of my takeaways from speakers. Yes, there was some chatter about Suzanne Humphries, and did she really have death threats? Was the FBI there? It was. They created some lines outside the building to get in because of metal detectors and security, but she's such an advocate for health and for pro-choice that she had some very serious death threats about being pro-vaccine. I don't think that she is an anti-vaxxer. She just wants people to have choices, but it created such a stir that actually threw a little bit of a monkey wrench in getting people in and out of the building. I think it speaks to the massive impact that Billy D is making because people are paying attention, right? I would tell you one of my takeaways, Joe Mercola was a big one, saying that sitting is the new smoking. He's like, I keep hearing sitting is the new smoking. The reality is cell phones are the new smoking. He went through the EFTs and all the radiation and different products and services and electrical cords and light bulbs and just really cool stuff. But again, it's 82 degrees, and what I heard him say was, get earth a little bit more, get your vitamin D in the sun. So I'm on my Seal Beach Pier and enjoying life. Zach Bush, I don't know what else to say then. You just got to tune into that guy. Way too much to cover. Wealth of information. As a medical doctor, fully gets it. Phenomenal guy. Chestnut said, listen, you can want a wellness practice, but you do need to meet people where they're at. And it's okay if they come in for pain, but what are your systems to convert that? And when I spoke on dovetails right into that message, which is I was talking about brain tattoos. Boom. Little tattoo on your brain. Bam. What that means is you have more time to ride waves and be freed up because you're educating your patients where there's engagement. It's not just education as a cognitive process. It's engagement where there's an action process. So we do patient education things where as our patients are on the table, we do talk that's going to stimulate action. I plant mental triggers that later when they see something in the headlines like Tom Petty dies of a drug overdose, my patients come into me with the newspaper articles. They email me links. Even if they haven't been under care for a year or 2 years, they're still thinking of me, and then we use that to reactivate, to regenerate growth in the practice. So a brain tattoo is the way in the systems that we educate. Now, if you want more information on that, I'm going to do a webinar February 5th. February 5th, otherwise known as Cinco de February. And I put the link here in the text. But it's a paid-for webinar. It's about 90 minutes of content. Nominal fee, a couple $100. But it's going to limit the amount of travel I have to do this year. And it's content-rich that within the first 15 minutes, we want you to have a pack-the-bag moment. The name of the webinar is Removing Office Bottlenecks, ROB, because it will rob you of free time, of surf time. This beautiful day popped up out of nowhere, so I took Luke for a surf this morning, and now I'll go into the office this afternoon, and I have these free times and these luxuries because of how we educate, because of the systems that we run. So part of my CalJam recap is brain tattoos. You need to be doing them. If you want to learn more, get on our webinar February 5th called Removing Office Bottlenecks. It's procedures in the office to remove bottlenecks and obstacles so you can see a higher volume. Or maybe you just want to see the same volume, but less stress. Then get on this webinar, a couple $100. No big deal. Content rich, it's downloadable, and it is recorded. So it's 90 minutes of rich content, and then you own it to where you can chunk it down and break it down as many times as you want after the webinar. February 5th, we'll see you there. CalJam next year is going to be late February. It's February 22 to February 24th of 2019. And I'll get a link out soon because my link includes the disco party tickets, the after party. So mark your calendars for 2019. CalJam is going to be February 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And I'll get my link up soon. If you want my follow-up webinar to California Jam, February 5th, and there's a nominal fee because it is content rich. You will take massive notes on brain tattoos through the webinar, as well as getting obstacles and roadblocks out of the way that a lot of times you don't even know you have them. They're blind spots. And they're costing you energy and possibly costing you some serious money in your practice. So jump on that webinar, and hopefully we'll see you at CalJam next year. Aloha from Southern California.